Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right. Either they're living in a fair or they're just very shy.
July 16th, 2025, Gillette Stadium. The KISS cam pans to astronomer CEO Andy Byron and HR chief Kristen Cabot. Days later, Byron resigns. Astronomer confirms Cabot has resigned too. Coverage also reports Byron's wife, Megan Kerrigan, removed Byron from Facebook before deleting her accounts, and that the couple reportedly share 2 sons. Viewers keep asking the only question that really matters at home: how are the kids? Reports identify Megan Kerrigan as Andy Byron's spouse and note the couple have 2 children, reported as 2 sons, with no names or ages published. Several outlets document that after the clip went viral, Megan removed Byron from her Facebook name and later deactivated the account. Tabloids and aggregators add that previously visible family photos with their 2 sons were taken down. Multiple entertainment reports further say Megan has left the Northborough, Massachusetts home and is staying at a family property in Kennebunk, Maine, described as a $2.4 million house. Those details are based on tabloid reporting and should be treated as reported, not independently confirmed.
Former astronomer CEO Andy Byron and his wife Megan Kerrigan Byron's neighbors find his alleged infidelity disgusting. According to the Daily Mail, Megan fled the duo's $1.4 million home in Northborough, Mass, and has been hiding out at their $2.4 million Maine mansion while holding crisis talks about her marriage.
As of July 28, 2025, there are no on-record statements from the children, and no mainstream outlet has reported a filed divorce case for the Byrons. Core coverage focuses on the incident and corporate fallout, board investigation July 17th, and Byron's resignation July 19th, without citing any court filings. ABC later confirmed Kristen Cabot also resigned. We found no verified report attributing leaked messages to a child. Claims of a daughter leak remain unconfirmed social media rumors. Gillette Stadium's privacy policy states attendees should therefore expect to be filmed or photographed. And Chris Martin told a later crowd that cameras would be scanning, context for why the clip, and by extension, the family exposure, spread so widely. Viewers keep centering the children. He destroyed his marriage, embarrassed his kids. Imagine watching your mom cry for weeks. Because this wasn't a private discovery, it was a public, replayable clip tied to a celebrity stage and then a Hollywood response. Coldplay's Chris Martin warned the next crowd that cameras would be scanning, and Gillette's own terms grant the venue broad rights to record and use attendees' image, likeness, and voice, conditions that help explain why the moment spread everywhere and can be replayed indefinitely. Clinical literature shows that public humiliation shaming is strongly associated with shame, anxiety, and depressive symptoms, especially in adolescents who are highly sensitive to peer judgment. Social media research adds that heavy exposure and online replay amplify distress and sleep disruption, both of which correlate with worse emotional outcomes in teens. When the triggering event is parental infidelity, studies describe common child reactions of anger, embarrassment, mistrust, and loyalty conflicts, with longer-term struggles around trust in later relationships unless there is accountable repair.
No one noticed that within 24 hours of receiving Andy Byron's indictment, Chris Martin set 3 chilling traps, causing Andy to lose $300 million overnight. After Andy Byron and his subordinate Kristen were caught on camera having an affair at a Coldplay event, they looked flustered. It's rumored that Andy Byron has filed a lawsuit against Chris, claiming invasion of his privacy. But Chris didn't back down. First, Chris publicly mocked their reactions.
For the Byron family specifically, reputable reporting says Andy Byron and Megan Kerrigan live with their 2 sons. Megan removed Byron from Facebook and later deactivated amid the fallout. Those are the concrete family facts in the record. Claims that a child leaked messages remain unverified social media rumors. Tabloid and aggregator coverage attributes the circulating screenshots to material reportedly connected to Megan, and fact checks note the authenticity of some viral statements is disputed. Until a court filing or an on-record statement confirms a child's role, that stays rumor. Taken together, the combination of a global meme, a celebrity loop, Chris Martin's stage, Gwyneth Paltrow's ad, and the permanence of the footage creates the exact environment research warns is toughest on kids. High visibility, peer commentary, and no easy way to make the clip disappear.
saying they were either having an affair or overly shy, directly exposing Andy's secret. After the scandal broke, Andy was forced to resign as CEO, and Pete DeJoy continued to serve as the company's interim CEO. Andy also had to compensate the company for the losses caused. Secondly, when Andy's wife found out about this, she immediately preserved evidence and filed for divorce. According to insiders, the settlement fee was as high as $200 million.
What viewers are claiming? His kids caught him? A daughter leaked messages? Ticket buyer was fired? Coldplay set them up? The Cabots were divorced? And even that Byron called Chris Martin a rat? What the record shows? No daughter. Fact checks and mainstream coverage agree Andy Byron and Megan Kerrigan have 2 sons. No daughter. A viral TikTok daughter account was exposed as an impersonation, with the woman identified as a French model musician. The brand that sponsored the fake account said it was misled. Leaked messages source: reports attributing screenshots about OnlyFans payments, figures cited from approximately $40,000 up to $250,000, say they were allegedly shared by Megan Kerrigan, not by a child. There is no verified report that a son leaked materials, wife's social media plus residence moves. Reputable outlets say Megan removed Byron from Facebook and then deactivated. Tabloids further report she is staying at a family property in Kennebunk, Maine. Treat the main details as reported, not independently confirmed. Ticket buyer fired. Widely shared post naming an employee as fired for buying Coldplay tickets has been debunked as a hoax. No evidence he worked at Astronomer. Coldplay's fault/setup. Venue policy says attendees should expect to be filmed, and Chris Martin warned the next audience that cameras would be scanning. That supports the view this was a public moment, not a private ambush. Cabot's divorced/property claims. Coverage names Andrew Cabot, Privateer Rum CEO, as Kristen Cabot's husband and reports a recent home purchase in Rye, New Hampshire. It does not confirm a divorce. These details relate to Kristen Cabot's family, not the Byron's children. Byron called Chris Martin a rat. No reputable outlet has published a quote or statement from Byron using that term. Plenty of fake statements and satire circulated, and Astronomer publicly flagged at least one as fake. Until a verified interview or filing appears, treat the rat line as unconfirmed internet chatter. Bottom line for the kids, the verified trail is the Kiss Cam clip, the board investigation, July 17th, Byron's resignation, July 19th, Cabot's resignation, confirmed the following week, and their mother's visible social media step back. Everything else, especially any claim that a child leaked evidence, remains unverified. For Andy Byron and Megan Kerrigan's 2 sons, the verified record is already heavy: a public Jumbotron clip, a board investigation on July 17th, Byron's resignation on July 19th, Kristen Cabot's resignation days later, and a high-profile Reset ad starring Gwyneth Paltrow that drew approximately 36 million views. Megan visibly distanced herself on Facebook before deactivating. While rumors that a daughter leaked messages were debunked, outlets confirmed the couple have sons, and a viral daughter account used a model's footage. The moment was never private. Gillette's policy tells fans to expect to be filmed, and Chris Martin warned the next crowd cameras would be scanning. All of that means the boys are living with a meme that won't disappear, which is why commenters keep saying the children are the ones most hurt.
This guy might be worse than you thought. According to a New York Post article, former employees say Andy Byron was a toxic boss with a reputation for being aggressive and obsessed with sales. But things are about to get even worse for Andy. Even though he just lost his CEO job, he's reportedly still worth between $20 and $70 million. However, since he and his wife live in Massachusetts, a 50-50 divorce state, she could walk away with half if they split, and that seems likely, considering she dropped their shared last name from her Facebook profile before deleting the account.
Clinical guidance is consistent on what helps kids after a public betrayal: limit exposure and shaming, keep routines and safe caregivers stable, give age-appropriate, honest explanations, and when emotions have cooled, the offending parent offers a direct, sincere apology, which research links to higher odds of forgiveness and healthier trust later on. Public shaming and constant replay amplify shame, anxiety, and stigma in adolescence. Experts advise keeping children off the front lines of social media and modeling restraint, while the adults take accountability in private and, if needed, with a licensed family therapist. We'll keep watching for hard signals. any court filings, attorney statements, or additional company disclosures. But until then, the responsible story is the paper trail we can prove and the privacy the children deserve.